Take a look at this picture behind me. The picture that you are seeing is what I like to think of as clean water. Now, one would think that among members of the United States, everyone would agree that clean water is something that is a priority, that it's a good thing to have. But people are not feeling that way about the EPA Clean Water Rule. Now, the Clean Water Rule was so close to being passed, but a federal judge halted the EPA from implementing it late last week, hours before it was scheduled to go into effect. Now, who are the usual suspects? Who do we think, okay, who's not going to be in favor of this? Who are the bad guys? That's where the results get a little interesting, because it's not your usual bad guys. When we talked about the Clean Power Plan, obviously the big energy, fossil fuels, coal, they were not okay with it, and they spent a lot of money lobbying it. Now, what's very interesting is that in addition to the fossil fuel industry for the Clean Water Act, we also saw small business groups, agricultural groups, and real estate developers getting on board. Now we think, okay, what kind of self-interest would motivate these organizations to get on board with not being interested in clean water? Well, it turns out that it's pretty interesting. The rule gives the federal government, according to these folks, too much control over the small bodies of water. Farmers argue that they would have to worry about getting sued for diverting a small stream. Meanwhile, real estate developers would be worried that if they filled in a wetland for a building, they would get sued. Oh my God, maybe that's why we're implementing this law in the first place. Now, don't get me wrong, I think oftentimes, small businesses get the short end of the stick when it comes to these things. But fortunately for them, we're not going to see any clean water bill anytime soon because they got their lobbying together. But the bottom line is, and what's really interesting about this, Republicans, a certain type of Republicans, are in market support of this. Pretty interesting. So we're talking about outdoor enthusiasts. These are mostly Republicans who are interested in hunting and angling, right? They are totally on board with this bill. So we'll keep you posted on what happens, but it's pretty interesting. It's not your usual evil culprits that we're trying to stop this bill in its tracks, right? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe.